Hey everybody, welcome back to Fixing Fandom. Thanks for tuning in today. I've got a special kind of something different I'm going to try out. I got this awesome Lego set for Father's Day recently, and little secret, this is actually the second one that I've owned. I got the initial one on Father's Day, opened it up, built it, and enjoyed it for all of about 5 minutes before my 2-year-old got a hand on it and decided that it was something that he needed to play with. So the first set is now in pieces upstairs in our living room somewhere. So I went out, I really liked the set, I thought it was very cool. So I went out and bought a second one that I can kind of keep for myself and keep in good condition. I've got some other Lego sets that I've gotten over the years for Christmas, birthdays, those other occasions on which you receive gifts. So while I don't collect Legos necessarily, I do have a number of different sets, and they're all important to me. They're all ones that I'm glad that I have. And of course, they all tie into my fandom with mainly superheroes. I think that right now they're all superhero related. I have a Black Panther one. I have an Avengers Quinjet one. I've got a Lex Luthor Superman one. I've got a Crypto Superman one. Crypto's one of my favorite comic book characters. So I thought what I'd do today is open this up and go ahead and build it, and then hopefully I can figure it out. Hopefully it's not too difficult, but time lapse the footage so that you guys don't have to sit through the full building process for it. And then at the end, just give my quick overview and thoughts on the set as a whole. Spoiler warning, I really like the set. It's very cool. There were a couple things I wish they might have done a little differently, but it's a cool set. As of right now, I think it's the only Lego set that they're doing that ties in with the new Black Widow movie. As you can see, the set does come with 3 minifigures. You get one for Black Widow, one for Yelena, and one for Taskmaster. So I'm pretty excited to have, I'll actually have a second Black Widow figure now, because the first one that I got with my initial set, my 2-year-old didn't really care about, so I still have that one. Yelena and Taskmaster are both missing. Taskmaster I have his hood, but the actual figure is missing. As far as the box goes, I really like it. It's got, obviously a clear shot of the set that's included with it. You've got the cool Black Widow, Scarlett Johansson in her black outfit there on the side. On each side, you've got a shot of the Black Widow minifigure on that side, and then the opposite side, you've just got your kind of standard Lego information about the set. The back actually gives you some features of the set that aren't really evident just from looking at the front. It does have a cargo door in the back here that you can load things into. It's got a little extra vehicle that comes with it that can actually fit inside that cargo door, which is cool. And it's got some rockets on the side that fire. And then, of course, you've got a spot for Taskmaster to fly it, or one of the other minifigures if you want. The bottom of the box, you can see, has just kind of your standard additional Lego information, UPC symbol. Nothing really special about the bottom. The top is the same way. It does give you an actual size comparison for your Lego minifigure if you're not sure what size Lego minifigures are. So without further ado, I guess I'll get this broken out, get the box opened up, and we'll get building. Okay, I've got everything out of the box now. You've got your instruction book here to guide you along in the building process. And it comes with 2 packages. You've got your package number 1 and your package number 2. Lego does a nice thing now where they break their sets down into different bags, and they have you build through one bag at a time so that you're not shuffling through all of the pieces for the set at one time while you're trying to build. So that's a nice little feature that they've added to their sets in the past decade or so. I had thought about trying to live stream this, but I figured there probably wasn't a whole lot for me to talk about while I was building the figure, at least not enough to fill the entire time of building it. So I decided that I'd just go ahead and record a video of it, again, try and time lapse it, and we'll see how that goes. I'm going to get the first bag opened up here. You guys don't need to hear the plastic all crinkling and everything dumping out. Okay, so I might try and slow the time lapse down for this right here. This set comes with these stickers that you have to apply yourself. I hate applying stickers and decals to figures. I'm always afraid I'm going to, get them just off, or they're going to be not quite centered the way they need to be and not look right. So this is always a nerve-wracking part of Lego figure building for me. I wish they would just print the graphics on the figures themselves, but we'll see how it goes. Alright, that wasn't too bad. I think I got those fairly well centered. So we have the decals on and we can move on to the rest of the set. Okay, so that's it for bag one. I've got all the pieces put on. We've got all the decals and everything put on. The decals actually went on a lot better than I expected them to, but this is what you'll have when you finish with your first bag of pieces. So we've got, Lego does a nice job of giving you a couple extra pieces here in case you lose one. I'm always curious how they determine which pieces to give you extra of. I got an extra control for the cockpit. I got an extra post and an extra firing mechanism for the gun. So just an odd selection of what they decide to give you extra of. So I'll get bag 2 opened up and we'll continue. Okay, just real quick, here is one of the examples of one of the stickers that I got on there, and I didn't get it on quite straight. I'm not sure how well that's going to show up, but it is slightly off, and that will bug me for a while, but I guess I'll just have to get over it because there's no way to undo those and get them back on. Last label, thank God. Oh no, I was wrong. There's one left. I can't believe I missed that. Okay, so this should be the last decal. Okay, and then the instruction books tell you that these little pieces are the ammo for the guns that shoot on the side. Because they always give you extra, I just go ahead and double up the ammo and make, I guess, bigger bullets out of it, just because I don't want to have to try and keep track of all the different little pieces. So once you have those, you can, and they still fire just as well. It doesn't affect the ability for the guns to fire at all. So I double them up and just stick them up front. And those are my, and those are the leftover pieces, the extra pieces that they gave me with this bag. So for this stage of the build. Okay, so here we go. We're all done. All in all, it's a very cool set. I'm gonna go ahead and switch the camera back a little bit, but we'll give our final impressions in just a second here. All right, well, I hope you guys enjoyed that time-lapse look at the building of the, what is this set called? This set is called the Black Widow's Helicopter Chase. I believe it's the only Lego set that ties in with the new Black Widow film. It's a great set. I really like everything that they did with it. The helicopter makes perfect sense in so much as there was a big action set piece featuring a helicopter in the Black Widow movie. Taskmaster wasn't necessarily a part of that scene, but still, obviously, they're going to include the main villain in the set with them. Lego also doesn't normally translate scenes exactly as they appeared in the movies, which is a good thing, because otherwise, with the sets being released earlier than the movies and stuff, you would obviously run into spoiler territory. So they kind of give you an amalgamation of, things that happen in the movie and also your favorite characters and things that they want to build. So it's a cool set. I like it a lot. The helicopter itself is very cool. It's obviously, you've got your double rotor blades here, and they don't interfere with each other because they're tiered, so you can spin both at the same time and not have them bumping into each other. The one thing I do like is they gave you this compartment here in the middle that you can store either other figures, or that I've got that storage box of loot that you saw me building and working on set down in there right now. So that's a cool little feature, and there's a little spot right here, and that flat plate doesn't secure this as tightly as it would normally if that was posted, so you're able to get this on and off relatively easily and access that storage compartment there in the back. The one place that I wish they would have done something similar to that, or done something like what they do with their other vehicles, is with the cockpit. In order to access the cockpit, you actually have to remove this entire top section. This entire top section comes up, and then you can get inside here and place a figure down in there to ride in the cockpit. It's just not quite as elegant or nice as the Lego figures that I'm used to getting. Usually the cockpit will actually, just click upwards or come upwards on a swivel and allow you to get in there and place the figures inside. It's not the end of the world. Obviously you're not going to display it like that. You would take it off to put a figure in and then put it back on. If you're playing with your kids with them, obviously it pops off real easily. None of these other parts come off, so you're not like worried about ripping anything else off. It just attaches basically on these two posts right here. So all in all, it's a really good set. I really enjoy it. The one thing that I probably love the most is this back section, where you're able to drop the bottom out there, and you've got a little car that will come out. I always like when vehicles have like little compartments or little additional features. A vehicle coming out of another vehicle is super cool in my opinion. So, and then if we set this down, we can take a closer look right here at the bike itself. Nothing real fancy, just handlebars, and you've got a little decal on the front that you saw us put on during the building of it. So nothing real fancy about it, but well, except for the fact that it can actually go inside the helicopter and ride inside there and then close up. I will say, if you try and put it in with the back going in first, it does not allow you to close up the back of the tail section of the helicopter completely. In order to get the tail section closed completely, you have to put it in with the steering wheel first and then the back wheels, and then you can get that closed nice and flush there. It's got the landing wheels too, as I showed while I was building it. You can get some nice roll out of it there when you have it set down. And then of course you've got your guns on the side. This thing comes loaded to bear. It's got 2 missile firing guns on each side, and then it's got the extra modified guns that, we saw Yelena has a set of these that she's carrying around with her, but for the set they actually just clip them on there and you've got even more guns. So quite a well-armed helicopter that you've got here. As far as the rest of the set goes, one of the pieces I really like the most is Black Widow's motorcycle. I just think that's a very sharp looking piece. They did a great job with the molding of that. And then you've got the cool Black Widow decals on there as well. So that's just a really cool addition to the set. And then as for the figures themselves, you've got Taskmaster. I tried to give a look at these as I was building them, but they all look great. The paint jobs on them are really cool and accurate to the movies themselves. Taskmaster is a little hard to get a look at his face. Here, we'll pull his helmet off so we can get a little better look at his face. You get his visor there and some of the mechanical workings on his mask. And he comes with this weapon. It's a sword type thing. I kind of wish they would have given him a shield and a sword so it was matched the movie a little more, but it is what it is. It works well enough. And then you've also got, oh, he won't stand up. There we go. And then of course you've got Yelena and her vest that she absolutely loves and adores. That was just such a great part of the movie, and it kind of gives us a little backstory on something we see later on in the MCU. So she's a great figure. I'm really happy to have her. And then of course finally we've got the woman herself, Scarlett Johansson, Black Widow. And there she is with her red hair and her staffs, her batons that she uses throughout the movie, and in her traditional Black Widow black outfit, which, if this is going to be the only Lego set they do for the movie, I'm glad that they went with this outfit because it is just kind of classic for the character itself. And that'll just about do it. The one last thing I'll mention is, if you notice, all of the Lego figures, I'm not sure if they probably aren't going to show up, but all the Lego figures have what I like to call, let's see, I can do one right about here. All my figures have what I like to call the Lego lean going on. The many figures are not real good about standing up straight if you have any kind of weapon or accessory in their hands. The weight of the weapon or accessory just wants to pull the figure forward and, make them land flat on their face. If I try and straighten Black Widow out here, oh, she's actually going to stand for me. So much for what I said. Let's see if Taskmaster will do it. Taskmaster, there it is. So yeah, Taskmaster's weapon has, I guess Black Widow's weapons don't weigh enough, but Taskmaster's definitely weighs enough to where if you try and stand him straight up, oh, there, I got it. You got to be very diligent with it, but you got to give him this, just that slight lean backwards just to get him to stand up. So that's a standard of all the Lego figures, pretty much. So thank you guys so much for sticking around and watching this kind of time-lapse build of Black Widow's helicopter from Lego. I'd love to know what you think of the set. Do you have the set? Do you collect Legos? Let me know in the comments below. Did you go see the movie this weekend, and what did you think? I'd love to hear back from you on that too. I personally saw it and loved it. I'm looking forward to seeing it again, hopefully in the near future. I think I'll probably try and wait a couple weeks before heading back to the theater to see it. But it is a movie I would like to try and catch one more time in the theater before it goes away. Other than that, I'll just say thank you again. If you liked the video, I'd love it if you could click that thumbs up button. If you're new to the channel and you like what you saw, go ahead and click that subscribe button. I'll have a lot more videos coming up relatively soon here. We're going to look at stuff all across the world of fandom. We're going to look at Hot Toys, we're going to look at things like Legos, we're going to look at 6-inch figures. I've got some DC Universe figures that just came in from the McFarlane line that are the Justice League, Zack Snyder's Justice League figures that just came out from McFarlane. I'm going to do an unboxing, I think, on the black suited Superman for that pretty soon here. So we've got a lot of cool stuff coming up that we're hoping to get out soon. So hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of the new videos that we've got coming out in the near future here. Thanks again and have a good day.